Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to today's panel for loyalty and sustainability. I'm Dilek Glenister, the co-founder of Global Loyalty Organization, based out of London. We're a global professional network for customer loyalty, rewards, and engagement professionals, and also solution providers, payment providers, technology, consultancies. So our vision is really to bring everybody together onto one platform to enhance the communication, deepen the discussion, the cooperation, and also new partnerships and bring innovation. And even though we are a very young company, we're very lucky to have very enthusiastic supporters and our founding members, such as Global Hotel Alliance, Star Alliance, Air France, KLM, and Accor, just to name a few. Look, one of the reasons why we had such support is, I believe, because loyalty has evolved over the last couple of years. It's no longer just about collecting points, collecting miles, or just getting that discount. Loyalty has evolved and is driving businesses, driving revenue growth, and has become an important factor for the corporations. And together with that, and also throughout COVID, customers' expectations have changed. Customers no longer just want to collect points with any loyalty program. They want to engage. There's the emotional loyalty side. There's the digitalization. There's also, they want to be feeling that the loyalty program is actually aligned with what they stand for. And sustainability is actually a big, big part of this. And this brings us to the panel. I'm very, very pleased to introduce you, our panel speakers. Inge Huijbrechts from the Global SVP for Sustainability, Security, Communications at Radisson Hotel Group. And also Jelena Kezika from Global Hotel Alliance. She's Senior Director for Strategy. And with that, Inge, could you just introduce yourself and also tell a little bit about the Radisson Group?
With pleasure. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here and happy to be on an all-women panel on a technology stage. Yes, I think that's an amazing achievement. So thank you for inviting us. So I'm with Radisson Hotel Group. We're one of the large hotel companies in the world. We have 1,100 hotels in 90 countries, in 9 exciting brands. Maybe you can quickly put up the slide of Radisson. Is that possible? There we go. So you see the brands up there. So here in UAE, we have 16 hotels, and in the Middle East, we have almost 80, and we're planning to double that in the next 5 years. So my role is I'm the global head of sustainability, safety and security and corporate communications. So in terms of sustainability, we have been practicing sustainability for a very, very long time. Our roots are Scandinavian. So you can imagine in the Nordics, people were working with sustainability already a long time ago. We had our first policy on environment in '89. So we're happy to be talking about sustainability and loyalty. We'll talk about the program maybe a little bit more later. Or do you want me to do that now? Okay, great. And in any case, sustainability demands have evolved. So we see it coming back in our loyalty programs, and we can talk about how that's happening in a minute.
Thank you, Inge.
Jelena Kezika, Global Hotel Alliance. In my role, I help plan and execute projects and initiatives that help sustain growth for Global Hotel Alliance and its core product, GHA Discovery Loyalty Program. So if you ask yourselves what type of projects do I work on, in the context of today's conversation, it's Green Collection is one of the concepts I had the pleasure to lead with the support of a very talented team of Global Hotel Alliance. For those who is not aware of Global Hotel Alliance, we are the world's largest alliance of independent hotel brands bringing together 40 beautiful individual brands with 800 hotels in 100 countries. JHA Discovery is our core product. We introduced it to 24 million JHA Discovery members. The program is delivered to them and other hotel guests by our 40 brands in the alliance. So we recognize all of our customers across the globe in the same way.
Thank you so much. My name is Anastasia Levashova. I am co-founder of Global Loyalty Organization and really grateful to be here at this event to co-organize this panel with ATM. Just to mention that some of the largest Middle Eastern companies like Emirates are already members of the Global Loyalty Organization, and we invite all of the other UAE or Middle Eastern companies to join. With this, let me quickly set the stage for our discussion on sustainability and highlight that hospitality industry made tremendous progress in the last 10 years on sustainability efforts. Sustainability is no longer a decision pretty much of the hotels or airlines, but it's rather a duty. And it's a duty imposed both by shareholders and stakeholders of the companies, but also the customers. There was a couple of research in early 2000s which called or quoted that hospitality is just awakening to sustainability. So I think that's actually refers to Inge's point that the first program or the first steps were taken in 1989 by Radisson. But now hospitality is firmly, actively pursuing sustainability. And this is a slide by Sustainable Hospitality and Alliance, who are also participating in the conference. And I would say that we are probably halfway to this goal of setting up net zero hospitality. The customers no longer asking to do no harm, they rather asking to do good. And that's the opportunity for the panel to highlight how the hotel groups are actually taking active steps. If we quickly look at where are the global largest hotel groups currently, over 60% of the global hotels already have set the target of Paris Accord 1.5 degrees achievement. And that's a quite near-term target in the business perspective. For the net zero commitment, which is much harder target for businesses to achieve, over 35% of hotels already committed. And you can see that our current participants, Radisson and GHA, are definitely among the leaders. With that, let's pass to the first question. Yeah. Okay. With that, yeah, let's pass to the third question on the challenges.
Thank you, Anastasia. So before we start talking and delving more into your sustainability efforts and your loyalty programs, can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of challenges you have been facing and you are still facing to operate sustainably in the hospitality sector? So Inge, I would like to start with you.
Okay, with pleasure. So I've been working on sustainability in Radisson for 14 years. And I must say I've seen a big evolution. One of the evolutions we see is that sustainability has become a very much professionalized subject. It's very technical. You were talking about the net zero commitment. So Radisson has committed to become net zero by 2050, which means we need to halve our emissions by 2030. Now that's a very big step and compared to 2019. So that on its own is a transformation. Making a company net zero is a big transformation. It's a strategic transformation. So our work and what we do is part of our company strategic plan. It has to be, because it's simply so much more technical than what it was when I started. So the acceleration, I would say, is the first challenge. We need to accelerate. So we're working on greening our buildings, on integrating more renewable energy, on greening our operations. And we're making good progress, which I can talk about later. But the speed at which this needs to happen is really very high. And so we need to accelerate with other partners in the industry. And I would say the second, I wouldn't call it a challenge, but certainly something we are seeing is the customer demand for sustainability. Customers are serious about sustainability. There are some interesting stats about this. We see it in the leisure space, we see it in the B2B space, and it's not just a tick the box of do you do sustainability, but they want you to be serious and to offer verified solutions. Business clients even want you to tell them, what is the carbon footprint of my stay? What is the carbon footprint of my meeting and event, etc.? So the level of inquiry has definitely increased. And then I think, but that's something that everybody knows, is that we have quite a complex value chain, right? The way we talk to the customers is on different platforms. We talk on our direct bookings. We have our wholesalers. You have all these platforms, but also on the ownership side. For example, Radisson Hotel Group, we are asset light, so we do not own the buildings, we operate. And for a net zero transformation, it's essential to bring these owners along. So it's not really a challenge, it's a reality. But given the speed and the customer demand, it's very important that we work across the value chain with the platforms and with the owners.
Thank you, Inge. Jelena, could you tell us a little bit about GHA's challenges in the hospitality sector?
I think at Global Hotel Alliance, we are in a slightly different position. We don't manage hotels, we don't own hotels. We are in the tech and marketing loyalty space. So this is what our expertise is. However, as I mentioned, we work with 40 hotel brands. They are regional mostly, and we learn from them that the challenges are quite complex. And these challenges come from external factors and internal factors. So talking of external factors, I agree with Inge. So the key driver of sustainability is the customer. And we have to be thankful to the customers that they kept driving our sustainability efforts, and this is why we are able to talk about progress as sustainability today. But in addition to that, we also know that a lot of pressure comes from investors who want to invest in sustainable companies. There are also regulators who are now catching up on new policies which we have to implement at every destination at every hotel company. So plus every hotel or hotel brand faces challenges when it comes to internal environment. So a financial investment is complex and needs a commitment. Of course, we know that getting out of the pandemic, many hotels and hotel brands still experience challenges in staff shortages. We know that to build a strategy is difficult, commit to it is also difficult, and then implement it and improving the goals is a challenge on its own. And on top of all of that, everyone expects hotels to deliver excellent day-to-day operations. So the challenges is big, and I think it's great that we have platform like this to talk about them. However, I would like to emphasize that many hotel brands and hotels see these challenges as opportunities, and this is what we have celebrated. So many hotels already understood that a financial investment today will bring them a saving tomorrow. And shortages of staff are difficult to overcome, but let me give you an example from the Global Hotel Alliance. Our shareholder and manager of several brands in the alliance, they recently launched a new Asian Institute of Hospitality Management, where they contribute to new talent that will be leading hospitality efforts in the future. So there are many examples like that in the alliance, but also in the industry. And talking of challenges and opportunities, we really have to celebrate the efforts of hotels who got started and lead us by example.
Thank you for that. Going back to the customer and its epicenter, the core of the hospitality industry, how do you see the customers' demands or customers' desires changed in the last, let's say, 5 years, which will be appropriate, the term? I do understand that the COP21 and COP28, which will be setting new targets, sustainability, puts a pressure by regulators. But do you see customers being active in their desires of more sustainable services by the hotel, or more passive? How do you segregate your customer base? Would you please cover?
I think we've definitely seen an increase in customer demand for sustainability. And I must say that even during the COVID pandemic, so I was busy with a team managing the safety and health crisis, obviously, and we had a lot of hotels closed, but the guests that were there, they were even commenting, why do you wrap everything in plastic? Which we were doing, obviously, for single-use portions in the breakfast and everything we could offer given the regulations. So even during the worst of our crises that we have seen recently, guests were concerned about sustainability. And that level of interest has remained. So year after year, you see in the Booking.com and the Expedia surveys, you see that the percentage of guests who want to book sustainably increases. So I think, I have it here on my iPad, I think 73% say that they would be likely to choose an accommodation if it has implemented sustainable practices. But at the same time, also 72% say that they don't know what these sustainable practices are. So it's a willingness, but it's also, I think customers are a bit overwhelmed. And that's why with the industry, we actually came together, Radisson Hotel Group with the WTTC and 70 other partners representing 50,000 hotels. We came together to say, let's define what essential hotel sustainability is. And we defined a new label, a stamp, a standard, if you wish, of 12 actions called Global Hotel Sustainability Basics. And that is a stamp that is verified. So we make it easier for customers to recognize this is a trusted label for essential hotel sustainability. I think on the customer side, if you look at the corporate clients, there was a recent GBTA study published last year, so the Global Business Travel Association. Also there, 88% of the Business Travel Association members said that climate change is the #1 challenge on their agenda. So there also, the pressure is on, the customers want to know. And at Radisson, we actually give clients, our corporate clients, we give them a login to a platform where they can get transparency about carbon footprints of the usage of our hotels, and where we tell them how much footprint we have offset for meeting and events, etc., etc. So that is also something we see increasing.
Thank you. Moving to JJ, Jelena?
I think everyone agrees that during the pandemic, we've seen significant shift in the customer mindset towards sustainability. But at Global Hotel Alliance, we've seen it significantly earlier. So GHA Discovery Program, as we know it today, is co-created together with our members. So in 2019, we worked on revising the value proposition for the program. And we asked our members and hotel guests in different regions, in different countries, what they expect from the program. And among other things, we heard a lot that members wanted us to take a step towards more sustainable tourism. And the way we addressed it is with the launch of a new concept in the GHA Discovery Program, which is called Live Local. So Live Local allows our members to travel more sustainably, if you want, without traveling. So meaning that members can connect with their favorite brands and hotels in their destinations. So Live Local is helping our members to reduce their carbon footprint because by definition they don't travel that far away. We also bring the local communities together because we are all social creatures and we want to see each other. So our members meeting each other to discuss sustainability or other topics during events and meetups, which we at Global Hotel Alliance organize together with our hotels. So Live Local also has a number of staycations or events that have sustainability focus, helping members to understand themselves and the world around them better. So what I'm trying to say that as a loyalty program, we have the ability to ask our members what they expect and introduce these elements in all aspects of the program. So of course we didn't stop our research in 2019. We keep surveying our customers, and our recent 2023 trends report has shown that our customers want to have a choice of sustainable accommodation choices, and especially when they're traveling for leisure. So this led us to the launch of Green Collection concept. I know we will be talking about it a bit later.
Thank you, Jelena. You both mentioned that the customer expectations and demands have changed, and they're asking hotels to operate more sustainably. If you look at the demands of the customers, I know you mentioned you've set your own standards for hospitality, how to achieve sustainability. GHA is organizing regular meetups. Can you talk a little bit more in detail about what for example, the new standards are for hotels to achieve, and also, Jelena, for you, what are the main topics of discussion during those meetings?
Yes, with pleasure. So I just want to clarify that what I was talking about with hotel sustainability basics, it's not a Radisson initiative. It's something that the hotel industry did. So we united the big players, many of the ones that were mentioned today already. We united destinations. We united Hotel Association of India, groups in China, in Thailand, everywhere, to be part of this. And so we actually set ourselves the difficult task to say, what are the essential points that any hotel should start with? And of course, I think there's a saying, give me time to write a short letter, it will take me longer. So I don't know how it goes exactly, but the point is, if you try to reduce criteria to the essentials, it's going to be quite a definition, quite an exercise. And so we came together with these hotel companies. We had 12 founding companies who were part of it to say, what are these basics? And we have them around 3 key topics: efficiency, planet, and people. And we aligned these definitions with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we aligned them also with the GSTC criteria for eco-labels. So in that sense, it's a starting point that can lead to much more. So in efficiency, it's the typical ones of reducing your energy, measuring and reducing energy, measuring and reducing water, measuring and reducing your carbon footprint, and identifying and reducing waste. On the planet side, It's the things that the guests want to see in the guest experience. When you travel to hotels, you don't want to see single-use plastic straws. You don't want to see the mini toiletry bottles. Maybe you want to see vegetarian meals in the food and beverage offering. So those kind of things are included. And then on the social side, it's everything about reducing inequality, promoting responsible tourism in the destination, and making community contributions. So those together make 12 of the essential criteria. But I just want to add that I'm very happy that you are showing the pathway to net positive hospitality, because there you can see there are 4 clear steps for any hotel that wants to advance on sustainability. And the first one is hotel sustainability basics. The next level is, for example, a full eco-label. The next level is net zero hotels. And we all want to aspire to be net positive, so to give back more than we take. And that journey is actually also a collective journey that the hotel industry is on. So many companies like Radisson Hotel Group, we are actually having hotels that are on each part of the journey, I would say. But we want to get everybody along, and of course, operating within our commitment of net zero.
Thank you, Inge. Jelena, how about GHA as members? What are their demands? What are you seeing in those discussion groups?
So at Global Hotel Alliance, we are focusing on 3 key areas. So one area is Live Local concept, which I already described. We do a lot of work in philanthropy, working with charities on our corporate level, but also with 12 charities that are either supported or founded by hotel brands in the Alliance. So the third area is our concept, Green Collection, which we just launched on the 27th of March. And we've seen a great response to that. So in fact, not only our members and hotel guests asked us to help them identify sustainable hotels to make their informed choices, but also we wanted to set up a stage for other hotels in the Alliance to follow the example, and perhaps not only in the Alliance, but also in the industry. Because when it comes to sustainability, we believe that there is no space for competition. So it's all about collaboration, showing examples and sharing practices, because we all are in it together, and only together we can succeed. So talking of Green Collection, it was very important for us to create a concept that our members and hotel guests can trust. Because greenwashing has been so big in the recent years, and this is what we wanted to avoid. So we looked what sustainability efforts are performed by hotels in the Alliance, because as I said, we are not in sustainability expertise space, so we are in a loyalty business, and we wanted to rely on experts. So what we've done, we collaborated with hotels in Global Hotel Alliance, but also with recognized international, national or regional certifications such as Green Growth, Green Key, Earth Check, Green Globe, and so many others. So 15 of these certifications helped us launch Green Collection. So it is a collection of sustainable hotels that pioneer sustainability practices, showing example of, great example of variety of projects and programs that help improve lives of local communities, but at the same time protecting natural environment. So about 200 hotels are already in Green Collection, very diverse properties in 7 regions, 44 countries, 115 destinations. So along in Dubai, we have 10 hotels, and they are very different. So it's wrong to think that sustainable hotels are always new builds and only beach resorts. So we have so many city destinations. We have many eco lodges, for instance, with our hotel brand Eliwana. And we also have safari camps. So because our members are traveling for different reasons, we want to always offer them a sustainable option to stay at. And just to conclude what I was saying about green collection, so I said that transparency was important to us. So we made sure that our members and hotel guests know how we build it, and they have enough information to validate what green collection stands for. So the 15 certifications we collaborated with, they of course pay great attention to sustainability development goals, but also specifically to 4 GSTC pillars, which are sustainable planning, attention to improving lives of local communities, reducing negative impact to natural environment, and protecting cultural heritage. So it's all important to the Alliance, to our hotels, and to our members.
Thank you so much. Let's dive a little bit more into loyalty programs and marketing. Both Radisson and GHA, you have very large loyalty programs. And customers approach loyalty programs usually with some emotional aspect. They are with your loyalty programs because they like it, they feel belonging. How the loyalty programs can help customers participate in sustainability efforts? Do you see some of the customers being extra rewarded for their low carbon footprint? Or are you thinking along the lines of maybe gamification and putting some of the marketing elements to actually improve steps on the customer side? Passing on to Inge.
Yes, if we can have our slide back from Radisson, that would be great. So actually, I'm wearing the purple color because it's the color of our Radisson Rewards program. And we say it's so much easy, so much more. And so actually, we have been integrating sustainability in the loyalty program from the beginning. But the thing we have been focusing on when we did our rethink of the loyalty program, which by the way has 11 million members, is to make it easy for guests to be sustainable when they are loyal. So your loyal guests are the ones that are the repeat guests. Those are the ones that spend more time in your hotel. So those are the ones which you can really connect with. And we do that in a couple of ways. One of the things is to, of course, and I think that's a bit more classical, is to say you can redeem your points for the charities we work with. So for example, we work with SOS Children's Villages International, we work with Just a Drop, we work with the International Red Cross and Red Crescent. So in that sense, for any disaster where we provide relief, or if people want to redeem their points for these charities, they can. And actually, we see that the loyal members are doing that. So just in Q1, we've had 12 million points donated to various initiatives. So we see that there's an uptake there. The other thing is, as you can see on the slide, we offer carbon neutral stays made easy. Because as part of your profile, you can actually indicate whether you are interested in having carbon neutral stays, which we do by reducing our footprint and then offsetting the remainder of the footprint with trusted gold standard, top standard offsetting projects. So we have, for the first time, really integrated this in the profile of the client, which is a new thing for us. This is something we launched a couple of months ago. So for just a few points, which is relatively low, guests can actually indicate that they want carbon neutral stays every time they stay. And we'll see what the uptake is. We'll see if it goes faster than the classical redemption. But I would say that's one of the things we try to do across the board, is really integrate sustainability in our value proposition. So that is what we're doing in general, and that's what we have been doing with rewards.
Thank you so much. That carbon neutral meetings probably is a big hit with corporates and business travel.
Yes, thank you for highlighting that. So we have all the meetings, all the Radisson meetings and events worldwide have been carbon neutral since 2019. So we know and we calculate the carbon footprint of any meeting or event that takes place at our hotels. And the portion of the meeting and event is offset again with these trusted projects. And all these projects have a social dimension. So it's carbon offsetting and contributing to more equality, better water quality, better air quality, etc. And so all that together has already contributed to offsetting more than 61,000 tons of carbon.
Brilliant. Jelena, to you, and maybe we can touch upon Live Locally program again, because I can imagine multiple opportunities to actually use rewards points on local communities, to involve local communities to benefit and to achieve sustainability targets.
Well, I think I will take a step back and remind ourselves what purpose loyalty programs have. So loyalty programs, and I think we often forget it, they are there to reward customers for their continuous interaction with the brand. For a brand that gives them products and services, or a loyalty program. And in order to support this collaboration, we as loyalty programs or brands have to understand what values our customers have, what worries they have, and address all of that in our product and service offering. So let me refer again our 2023 trend survey, where our members said that in 2023 there will be 3 things that will impact their decision when it comes to travel. And one of them is a loyalty program next to location and or destination and price. So this means that for members of loyalty programs, the program is there to tell them, to educate them, so it's a power. And we know that sustainability is at the very top of our customer agendas. So this is why we implement different sustainability programs and initiatives pretty much in any aspect of our program. So Live Local, as I said, is one of the program's pillars. 2 others are recognition and rewards. So we recognize customers whenever they travel with stay benefits specific to their status in the program. But we also launched in 2021 our own innovative rewards currency, which is called Discovery Dollars. So Discovery Dollars is something new in the industry, and we are pleased that our members found them useful, because every time they stay at one of 800 hotels in the program, they are earning Discovery Dollars, up to 7% back in cash. And on their next stay, they are able to use these Discovery Dollars to reduce their bill. So Discovery Dollars is a great component to play with in the loyalty space, because we are using it now to introduce a new concept. So Inge already mentioned donations are very powerful in the hospitality industry. So this month in May, we introduce a new concept called Donate Discovery Dollars. So our members will be able to donate and participate in lives of local communities by contributing to programs and initiatives close to our heart, to hearts of our hotels and hotel brands, but also meaningful for them. And just to add to that charities we are supporting together with our hotel brands fall into 4 categories. So there is animal welfare, environmental protection, and also support for health, family health in local communities, as well as something that is probably even closer to our hearts is educational programs for children and youth, because we believe in the future of our generations, and what we can give them today is education.
Thank you. And looking at the companies, every company has a slightly different approach to sustainability and also to loyalty, but there are still a lot of similarities. And you both talked about, for example, giving back to the local communities and also giving the members and the customers the opportunity to choose to offset carbon and contribute themselves as well. So having told us about what you've been doing so far, maybe as your closing remarks, you could tell us a little bit more about what you plan to implement in your sustainability journey, and that is for the company, but also in regards to the loyalty programs.
Well, I would dream of many things we could do in loyalty. We have our manager for loyalty sitting right here, but there's quite some things we could do in our loyalty program. But I think the main focus we have is to make it easy for guests to do good by booking right in a way. So they are a loyalty member and making it easy to make the right choices. For example, we have in recent months really globally rolled out our green housekeeping program, which means that long stay guests can actually choose to forego housekeeping if they wish to do so. And to our surprise, we've seen that this has actually been picked up quite well, but we connect it to loyalty because we also give some loyalty points and we donate to charity for every time that the choice gets made. So in that sense, I think it's making it easy for the guests to do the right thing, and we continue to focus on that. One big other thing that we are focusing on, also in collaboration with our loyalty team, is to focus on green mobility. You will see that in Europe, I mean, regulation is coming on electrical vehicles, but we see it in many markets, actually, that electrical vehicles are definitely on the rise. So today in Radisson hotels, we have over 700 charging points already, but we're rolling out electrical vehicle charging points across the board in Europe and in India and in some of the other markets, so that every hotel is equipped with the green mobility option. And that is also something we will be linking to our loyalty program. And then in general, what we will do is continue accelerating on our journey towards net zero. As I said, it's all about having more green buildings, using more renewable energy, and greening our operations. So that is really where our focus is in the future.
Thank you, Inge. Jelena, over to you.
I think I already introduced the core concepts which we launched, and we want to enhance them this year. So Live Local, Green Collection, Donate, Discovery Dollars, and philanthropy work with charities. So we want to continue that. But what we also want to do, we want to stay authentic and transparent with our hotel guests and members of the program going forward. So we want to tell them about great initiatives that Alliance support and our hotels and their brands are doing to support local communities and reduce negative impact on the environment. Because in addition to all of these concepts and programs, there is so much that individual hotels are also doing. So let me give you one of my favorite examples. So Capella Ubud, a hotel in the Alliance, and also a Green Collection hotel, by the way. So a few years ago, they launched a program to support children in the local community with English language courses, because they understand that in hospitality business, English is so important, and local community does not necessarily has access to it. So what they decided to do, they organized classes for children, and to secure the spot in the class, children have to bring plastic bottles. So I think it's so simple and absolutely amazing, and there are so many similar initiatives that hotels do or can introduce to show what they stand for. And everything what we've done so far and want to do in Global Hotel Alliance is to create the platform. So we want our members and hotel guests to be proud of us, of their favorite brands, and proud of the program and the alliance. But we also want to have a platform to share knowledge. For our hotels, share their knowledge and expertise and experience with each other, and also stay the leader in the hospitality industry to show the way.
Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing insights about the loyalty programs. I really loved the last example you gave about this emotional loop and actually making customer be part of the program, of the loyalty program, and the efforts of sustainability. I do think that hospitality industry made tremendous steps in the last 10 years, and I hope next year when we meet on this stage, we will be further down the upward line of this path. And I think that probably one of the next frontiers that the hospitality can explore is actually feeding back the information to the customer, the positive loop of how much they've added to the efforts by the hotels for saving water, for local community integration. Now, and we are actually on tech stage. So with the help of big data, with the help of mobile digital technology, it should be possible, you know, within really, really near future to actually give customer positive information that you've done this in the last 12 months. That's your impact, that's your positive impact, and that's your new opportunities. So thank you for your efforts, first and foremost. And we wish you all the best with the loyalty programs and sustainability efforts. And we hope to see you next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.